Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are we doing? Hope we are all fine. Um, I'm really happy that you're here today. Thank you for coming here again for the Creative Conference 2025, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to this year's Conference, and the space where innovation thrive, imagination takes shape, and everything ideas collide, and we create changes. Right? So today's conference is going to be a very great one. It's going to be a better one. It's going to be an exciting one. So trust me, you're going to enjoy today's conference. So I encourage you to open your minds, engage deeply, take notes, ask questions where you're not understanding. Make it a comment section. Ask questions. As you're going to be attended by everyone, be it the keynote speakers down to the panelists. So make connection, and most importantly, allow yourself to be inspired. Don't just listen and hear. Listen and digest. Let it enter into you. All right. So let us pray. Father Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for bringing us together today. Thank you for this conference. Thank you for today's journey. Oh Lord, take us into today's journey and be with us. So we're going to learn, oh Lord. So I'm going to hear, oh Lord, help us interpret it in our ears in Jesus' name. Amen. So I want to welcome each and every one of us today's conference. I don't know, I'm so excited today. I know that you too are excited today. We have important personnel are coming to speak to us today. And I hope you're ready. I hope you are prepared for them. We have dignitaries that are going to speak to us today. I just hope they are ready for it. Like I said before, don't let this opportunity pass by you. Don't just come and sit down and learn. Don't just come and sit down and listen. Feel inspired, right? Ask questions, very important. Where you have questions, ask questions. When you don't understand, ask questions. The comment section is open for you. Feel free, you understand? Feel free, express yourself. This conference is to help each and every one of us together as we want to grow together. So today's session is going to be great, right? We have the head of product and technology innovation in Wema Bank speaking to us today. We have the CEO of Spark Ventures speaking to us today, and we have other great men that speak to us today. So please feel free. Today is going to be great, and we trust it's going to be better than yesterday. All right, so we have our first speaker who's going to be speaking to us today. Let me introduce her in a short while. All right, so let me read her biography so that we can get to know her a little bit. So our first one for today is Dr. Mrs. Adamma Chinyere Otuoyin. That's her name. So she's the founder and CEO of Spark Ventures, a leading innovation center in Enugu, Nigeria. She is a GIZ certification digitalization consultant and SMARTAN licensed BDS provider. She helps MSMEs digitize, automate, and scale their businesses. With over 20 years of experience served in impact sector, she has trained 10,000 plus women in digital and finance literacy and supported over 100 businesses to access over $5 million US in funding. Ms. Chinyere also serves as the Enugu and Southeast representative of the ECOWAS, 15 million African women speaking project, and mentor founders through Tony Elumelu Foundation, Venture Capital for Africa, Women in Africa, and the Claire Bear Foundation. So the man we're going to have today is a great woman. So just have a little bit second part to join. But if you are in a group, check the group. We have sent the slide in the group for you to check out. Let's check out before she comes online with us. We check out the slides and this connect with as she's coming and she's going to speak to us. So I become flowing with it together. So check the group. The slide is already there. She's a woman that I respect so much, someone that I've worked with long time. She's happy to be with us today, and uh, she's going to speaking to us on youth creativity and power to shape what's next. So, like our theme for this conference is Kingdom Creatives Shaping What's Next. She's going to take us on the core topic on youth creativity and the power to shape what's next. So please sit tight. If you are somewhere that you can't get network, please just adjust your position, get into a place that can get network, and then this session is going to be impactful. Like I said, the comment section is open for you. Please take your time and then ask your questions because she'll be willing to attend to your questions. Okay, she's here with us. Let me give the stage to her.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ansel. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be in your midst. Please confirm that you can see my screen, please.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is on now.
Okay, thank you. So, good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you to discuss the topic youth creativity and the power to shape what's next. So, my name is Chinyere Otuonye. I'm founder and CEO of Sparks Ventures Hub. I do a lot of things, amongst which is um, helping businesses to start, run, and scale by coaching, mentoring, and helping them to become investment ready. So there are lots of trainings involved. And also, to date, in fact, I've stopped counting since last year, August. I've helped people access over $5 million in business grants and loans, mainly grants. So, anything about youths, anything about women, you have my full attention. So, let's get started. We know that youths are the future of tomorrow. In fact, we are not waiting for tomorrow. You guys are shaping today for the world of tomorrow. So, with the level of creativity, energy, and fresh ideas that you have, you can shape the future that we desire. So, how can we now harness that power to build meaningful careers, businesses, and impact today? Let's stop looking at tomorrow because whatever decision you take today will affect tomorrow. So, why are we now talking about your creativity? You know, whatever you know belongs to you. Nobody can take it away from you. So we are saying that your creativity, and because you are young, it is the greatest asset of Africa. Why do we now say that? We look at the demography in Nigeria and even Africa. The population have a younger the younger people as the largest component globally, which means the potential is there, the energy is there, and then the new perspective. Because the way young people think, people who have lived their lives, they are always wondering that imagine all that have been brought up: AI, crypto, blockchain. Nobody, um, very few people above the age of 50 understand that language. Then there's the digital advantage side, because with digital tools, there is nothing that can limit you. There is the access to internet, which has now breached worlds, which has breached races. And then we are talking about our access to information, which youths are ever hungry for. Then we are talking about local solutions, where youths drive innovation to address local problems because they are context aware, they are rooted in the community, and they provide relevant solutions that solves real needs. So why these assets? They are everywhere from anybody. We are saying asset needs structure. You need the skills. You also need strategy to deploy tools, skills, and working together. And because you cannot properly predict 100% success in anything, the fact that you woke up this morning is a risk. You need to be persistent. Else, whatever creativity, whatever ideas you have, whatever inspiration that you get, that alone will be a waste. Which now leads to the question: how can you channel that creativity into real impact to create income for you, to make livelihoods sure, and to create the change that you desire? So let's look at the four pathways that you can use to create impact, both as a youth and a creative. You can actually go through the first one, which is employment or a formal job. So these in creative industries, you see tech firms, you see organizations that value youthful energy and creativity for you to apply to. The second one is the freelancing or gig economy, where you can do designs, create content, offer digital services, even do remote work and contract jobs that are project based and with flexibility. The third, which I'm really passionate about, is entrepreneurship or startups, where you can launch your own business, create your own product, or launch your own social enterprise or a creative business from scratch. The one that NGOs, community-based organizations are doing now is something that is community, that drives social impact or innovation within a community by solving social problems, building community-oriented projects, advocacy, and social entrepreneurship. So we're now saying you have the idea. From idea, you need to take action before you can create impact, which now leads me to say create a concrete roadmap so that you can begin today. So how do you start? First, create a self-inventory and skill audit. So you need to list all the skills that you have. If you have technical skills, is it in do you have the digital literacy skills that are relevant to solve the problems you want to solve? Is it in design? Is it in coding? Or are you a creative such that you create art content, writing content, storytelling, or you have soft skills that includes good communication or leadership skills and the domain expertise that you want to go into? So what are you passionate about? What problems do you care about solving? When you've articulated all of this and you now have a clear understanding of the skills that you have, you now move to the next stage, which is to learn and build competently. So you've done the skill audit. What skills do you have? Which one do you lack? If you do lack whatever skills, start learning. There are so many free websites that you can learn from. So create a to you create a small personal project or even a community project where you get like minds to volunteer or join you to achieve your vision. Don't wait for the conditions to be perfect. If you wait, that tide will go. Before you know, something is coming. Get started. And let me even tell you something. No matter what you get started in, failure is one assurance. It will always happen. So in the world of entrepreneurship, we say start and fail fast so that you can learn from that mistake and continue. Because you have failed based on the mistakes you that made you fail, you will not repeat them again. That's why we say fail fast and fail forward so that you can get started again. After you've done all of that, go to the third one by building a basic public profile. Many of us don't know that training skills cannot get you to the promised land of freedom, of wealth that can carry you through your old age. Skills alone is not enough. You need other skill sets, and you need to show proof that you have those skills, you have done something with it, and you have achieved something positive. So what do? Start documenting every small detail that you've done, no matter what it is. Photos says 1,000 words. So photos, keep them. You can have your Google Drive if you have a Google account. Save them online so that you have access to them, even if your phone gets bad or stolen. Nowadays that's the reigning thing now. People who need your property more than you will come and take it away from you without your permission. Then keep descriptions of things that you've done. If there are people who you've worked for, collect testimonials. eh? Volunteer so that you can gain experience. When you are completing your volunteer work, let the person you volunteered with write you a letter of recommendation. It will take you a long way. There are so many free and low cost platforms that you can use to showcase your achievements, your portfolio on social media. There are many. Please, as a techie, I want to emphasize this. Try and get an account on LinkedIn. Please, get an account on LinkedIn. No matter what you do, update it. It's a serious platform that anyone who wants to give you a gig will go and check and look you up. Many young people are not on LinkedIn. TikTok is for child's play. Facebook, nobody will take you seriously. Instagram is, oh, okay, let me just form. But LinkedIn is a social platform where anyone who wants to give you a serious or take you seriously will go and look you up. Then you can create a simple website. A one-page website is enough to showcase everything you've done, who you are, the school you've attended, what you've achieved, your videos, integrating APIs and your videos on YouTube. It's a cheap way to sell yourself. If you have codes, put it up on the GitHub. So, how do you now get yourself there? When you've done all the needful, start to network and collaborate. Join youth or innovation hubs or communities or peer groups, whether they are local, physical, or online. Collaborate on small projects. Don't always look out for money. What will you get? Experience is something that nobody can take away from you. Money you collect today and it will finish. Share ideas. When people ask questions, contribute. That way, you are in the face of people as an authority on some subjects that you share your ideas on. Then learn from others. Build a collective momentum. People will know you. If you're attending physical events, it may be expensive for you now, but try and get a call card that you can share to people. It's very important. It shows people that you are deliberate, you are somebody of repute. And these cards now, yes, people will be like, I have my phone, I'll just collect number. By the time you save it, it is gone. But when you give somebody a call card, and then you make a um lasting impression, positive one, please, lasting impression on the minds of people, they'll remember you when they see that card the second time. Then after you've done this, you can also seek out opportunities. Look out for grants, fellowships, accelerator programs, or internships and competitions. Use these to grow your ideas, get access to resources, build networks, and get visible. Learn business skills, because not every techie who knows all the technical skills, know how to solve customers program, can actually build a business around that their skills. Why? You need to know how to gauge what people want. If you don't, you will lose out. People will always be seeing you as, this one just a hustle. And for anything you're doing that does not cover your expenses or your basic needs, it's a hustle. It's not a job. It is also not a venture. Now, if you want to say you want to build a business, validate that idea. Come on now. Lots of techies will just go and, not just techies, you sit down and think and say, hey, this person is making money. Oh, let me go into it. Forgetting that you are entering business to solve real problems, to serve customers who have that problem and will be willing and are also able, they have money to pay you for the service or the product they are buying of you. So you need to validate the ideas. Why? By the time you are validated, you just create a simple version of whatever you're going to do. You share it probably at events, and ask people, oh, what's your feedback? How is it? If it is something they cannot use, it's something maybe not just a product, a service where they need to key into. You may even do a simple poll on WhatsApp asking them, this is a problem. Oh, are you affected by it, or are you suffering it? The yeses, they will say yes. Some people may not. So that will give you an idea of how tedious or many, how serious the problem is by the numbers of people who are suffering from that thing. Then you can now ask again, how are you presently solving this challenge? What do you like about your present solution? What do you dislike, or what do you wish that will be added to the present solution? If all of these were made available to you, will you be willing to pay? How much will you be willing to pay? You validated that idea. And please don't share this in your in a group of family and friends that are not your target market. You should actually understand who will be willing to buy, who is suffering from it. I'll be willing to buy from you. It's very important. Then when you've done all of this, you build your simple version. I will call it your minimum viable product. Ask for people's feedback. Then when they've used it, you do a pilot to follow up on them to know how their experience was, what would they suggest, and then you iterate again and keep retooling your solution or your product. Please, it's important to stay flexible at this point. Very, very important. Because if people notice that there is no improvement, or you're not taking their feedback seriously, they'll walk away. You're not the only one solving their problem. Then when you've done and validated all of this, the next step is to scale responsibly and ethically. Have you used a product that was, wow, this experience, this product has solved this problem for me? And then the next time you go and place bulk order, you will see that the thing has fallen short, far more than 50% of what you expected. It has cost them probably less to provide or produce that product because of the terms, economies of scale. But there is something about ethics. Don't reduce quality. Don't ever shortchange people on quality. You can reduce the size, you can take it lightly on the cost of the packaging, but never you reduce quality. So here we are encouraging you to ensure transparency, good governance, sustainability, and value to your community or customers. There will always be changes in the market. So evolve as the opportunities come. Because you are doing these things, people who have done something similar to what you have done, what you are doing now in the past, have suffered failure. That's why there's this research that within 5 years, over 90% of small businesses fail because of a lot of things. So, what should you watch out for? First is the perfect timing. There is no perfect timing. Start small. Don't go and be wasting money. Don't wait till your product is perfect before you bring it to the market. You are very late in accessing the market. Get started small, then keep learning from the errors, from feedback, and tweaking your product. The next is to stop avoiding doing everything alone. It will cost you more. Money you don't have, you will spend. Resources you cannot afford, you will keep bringing them and having that challenge. Collaboration is the new buzzword. Stop competing. Look for a mentor. I failed in business after I won 10 million naira in 2013 from the UN grant. That business failed within 3 years. I am one of the 90% of businesses that have failed. Yes, I'm saying it proudly because I learned from that. I will never make that error again. But I also think back that if I had a mentor then, the mentor would have stopped me from doing the many things I did that didn't bring money back to the business. Would have also showed me all those loopholes within the business where my staff working for me, I trusted, was able to steal from me. When I'm saying steal, I'm saying over. I saw a proposal I didn't sign, but I drafted on my letterhead because we're doing this soft copy of documents. The letterhead was a soft copy. It was edited. The official numbers that were there were removed. There was nothing I could. In fact, when I saw it, I broke down in tears. There was a project of 5.8 million that didn't pass through my business. There was another one of 7.3 million that didn't pass through my business. Very painful. So understand the value of mentorship and the value of networks. These are the people that will support your growth because they don't have a limit. Then the third one is undervaluing your work. You are now competing with big companies on price or overpricing yourself or the product in a market that is ridden with competition. So many of you will feel I'm the owner of the business. Why am I keeping records? Why am I writing how much I spent or how much is coming in? After all, it's me. It's only me. See, you will keep spending whatever profits you made and even spend the your investment. That's the capital you use to start the business. If you keep avoiding putting up formal business structures, you can't grow. No matter the grants you access, you will still remain where you are. Or if you now expand without the proper structure, you will fail in a very short time. Then ignoring documentation. Track everything, write it down. Track everything you're doing. Write it down. Then, because funders will always ask you for your past activities, for evidence that you are even existing. Your business is not registered. You do not have a bank account. You are not remitting taxes. Nobody knows you in Nigeria that this business exists. Only in the informal sector where you hustle and then they will give you something. You go back happy that you've gotten something. The fifth one is that the world is constantly changing. Business environment is changing. If you don't have digital skills now, that's your business is bound to really suffer the brunt. You need to learn to adapt. Not adapting is one common pitfall. Stop doing things the old way and expect a different result. So that brings us to, what should you do? You need to change your mindset. Get the mindset of a future maker. It's a growth mindset because you are open to learning, you embrace feedback, you are willing to adapt to new challenges and opportunities. Then the impact mindset, because you are now focusing on solving real problems. You're not chasing trends or superficial success. Then you need grit and resilience because failure is a sure thing. No? Success is kalu kalu, but failure, it is sure to happen. However, when you have resilience, the moment you fail, what do? You continue, you start afresh. People are not, the greatest businessmen are not scared of failure. So resilience will help you rise again, stronger and wiser. Then please start collaborating. Partner with people. Access new networks. Access communities. It's very important for your growth. Then please adopt integrity and value. Build with honesty. Stop talking from both sides of your mouth. People will look at you and say, who is this one? You don't come again, I beg, I beg. They won't take you seriously if they understand that you are dishonest. Then never you compromise on quality and the durability of whatever you're doing. Let whatever you're creating have a lasting value for everyone. So there are many resources and opportunities that you as a young person can access because you can learn from you can learn digital skills and other relevant skills from online learning platforms and free tools that are available. Once you search, you will get them. There are also many youth focused fellowships, grants, accelerators, and mentorship programs. Search online, you will get them. There are networks and communities for peer learning and collaboration because these are very relevant to you. While I'm saying search and learn, I also included a lot. I think here I have like 10, but there are so many resources that you can access to grow yourself. So these ones I shared here are late 25 to 2026 programs. I have also told the admin to share this presentation to you so that you can refer to it in your free time and go through this training again so that you can get better understanding. So how do you now stay updated with opportunities? I encourage you to subscribe to newsletters and portals. I've mentioned a lot here. Then follow them on social media. Engage in local hubs and communities. Try to volunteer. Then please get a friend that you know does not mince words or is scared of telling you the truth to tell you one good thing about you and one bad thing about you. Do it for this year. It's something I normally do. I adopted it from a very close friend of mine so that at the end of every year and the beginning of the new year, I ask people, so how was I to you this year? What did you like the best about me? What didn't you like about me? What should I change? What should I leave? What should I learn? They will help you. It's a real conversation. No mincing of words, straightforward. Then, where you have local hubs and communities, please join them and be active. When they are doing market days, share your opportunities and please be responsible. Then, network actively. Network actively. You should also build a review habit. Every time, whatever you're doing, whatever you're documenting, try to check it again. Every month, stay alert, then apply early. If you're ready, it's something under minutes, you're done. So, my final words to you is that you're the change. You, the youth, the creatives, the dreamers, stop waiting for change because you are the change. Stop waiting to start big. Wherever you are now is the perfect place you should be. Start small. Start now. Use your talent. Everyone has one. Build, collaborate, and remain persistent. The future doesn't just arrive, we create it, and it starts with you. So, this is my contact. I'm based, my business is based at Ogui Road, number 77, same building with FedEx. It's opposite where you change dollars along Ogui Road. So, thank you very much for listening. I've shared my thoughts about what you should do as a creative and a young person. So now I encourage you to go and build the Africa we deserve together. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. We really do appreciate. That was a very good session, and I know that we all learned something. So thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
All right, so I hope we all learned something, right? I hope we all learned something that is pertaining to us. I don't know, one or two things that I learned. Can you just comment in the comment section so that someone else can learn? What do you learn from this section before we go over to the next? What did you learn from this section? At least I learned that we should learn, we should build, we find a friend that can tell us the truth. You know, some of us, one of the problems that we have is that we have friends who are mediocres. We have friends who are not visioning, who are not going in the same direction as we are going. We have friends who are not even going. It's as though you want to become how will I put it? You want to become let me say a politician, and then your friend, I don't know how to put it, but some of our friends are not even aligned to the goals that we're showing ourselves to do in this life. But then we keep them, and then we expect to go far in life. No, it doesn't. Your cycle actually matters. And then learn to build. When you're building, use LinkedIn, like she emphasized on. LinkedIn, what one thing does for you is when you want to apply for a job, someone can easily look you up on LinkedIn and it shows authenticity, right? It shows what you have done. In fact, you can look for jobs online, you can look for jobs on LinkedIn and you get. So try and build products, try and build solutions that are going to help you. And as a young person, learn, find great minds. So that was a very wonderful session. And I know that at the end of this conference, you can still go back and play these videos. You can still sit down and listen to them. And trust me, each day you keep playing these videos, you're going to learn a new thing over and over again. And that was a very good session. And me, I learned a lot. I don't know for you, but I learned a lot. I'm seeing the comment section, people are commenting what they learned, and that's very good. All right. So thank you, Ma, for being with us. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's any other question, any question for her before she leaves the studio. I don't know, does anybody have any question? Does anyone have any question? Have a question? Can you use the comment section? Tell us the question that you have. Okay, so I think, okay, let me find out something that someone commented here. Someone said, from what he learned, that you stop competing with people. Yeah, that should please. Let's stop. In as much as healthy competition is advisable, but please don't allow advise you to go into an unhealthy competition, right? Where you are trying to, even if I want to compete with somebody, let it be a collaborative something. Right? Let me say, you have a good friend, people plan that okay, by this time, so time, we'll do this, we'll learn this thing. It could be something, okay, so if you're struggling to know who will get the best, it's a healthy competition, right? But putting yourself in a tight corner, trying to get what you don't have, doing rubbish all manner of things is not something that is advisable for you as a young person. So I've shared the slide on the group. If you're on the creative VIP group, it's there. So feel free, um, go there. You can still go back to the slide. I'm still going to share the slide on the group. Go onto it and learn for yourself. Okay, your value, your product. Yes, it's another thing I should emphasize on is that don't want to be perfect. I think yesterday's panelists they also talked on this. Don't wait to be perfect. There's no perfect timing actually. So you keep building, you keep learning, you keep building up every day, and you keep getting better and better and better every day. So I don't know, even if you're into physical product, not only digital skills, even if you're into physical products, maybe say you are selling perfume, you are selling pastries, and all that. Yes, start the one you have done, package it very well. You might not make the best of sales when you start. You might not make up to, let me say your target is maybe like up to like $100 to $200, 100 to 200K, maybe at your first sale, but you won't be able to make it at that point. But it should not be a point of you turning down and then maybe I trying to wait maybe when you are getting when you're getting let's say big branding, maybe when you now have big um industry or factory where you do all these things before. No, start from where you are and then small. Don't afraid to fail. You're going to fail a long, like you're going to fail very well. Yeah, so that's business. Every business has a risk. There's always a risk in business, and even in building yourself, there's always a risk. So don't be afraid to fail. Keep building as a student. Keep building as someone that is in the creative industry. Keep building yourself. Keep learning. Keep failing to learn. Don't just fail and then lose out. Fail and mark up your failure and use it as a stepping stone. All right. So thank you very much again, Dr. Chinye. Thank you for that powerful section. Really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Man. Okay. The next section we are going to having someone very, 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 very big. Someone that I expect so much. It's a dignitary that Lord have blessed us with. It's not someone that we can just easily find anywhere. It's someone that is big. I don't know. I think I've mentioned him here before. All our sections, all our speakers are big, big people. And I don't know. Don't take this conference of joke. First, don't take it for joke. If at any point you're not understanding, you can still go back to the videos, play them, learn. One thing I'm sure is anytime you sit down to watch these videos, they are always on our channel. So subscribe to our channel, they're always there. You can still go back there every time, and then you play it and you still learn one or two things. All right. So that's it. We have the next speaker, which is Mr. Solomon Ayodele. Mr. Solomon Ayodele. Okay, let me read out his portfolio. All right. So Mr. Solomon Ayodele is a keynote speaker, product innovation leader, and multiple advisor for high growth companies across Africa. He is head product and technology innovation at Wema Bank and Alert by Wema, and a results-driven manager, well versed in leading teams and driving business transformation, leveraging expertise in building customer-centric technology products. The Solomon has a degree in political science, public administration, and an MBA with a focus on strategy and innovation from Heriot-Watt University, Edinburgh Business School. He was an analyst, innovation, digital enablement, and an analyst at Stanbic IBTC, where he drove digital strategy execution by managing product development from conceptualization to delivery to customers, leading design thinking training and workshop, driving partnership engagement, with the technology ecosystem and facilitating digital immersion sessions to boost the digital knowledge quotient within the organization. He is a multiple TEDx speaker, TEDx licensee, recipient of the prestigious CIBN Next Gen Banker for Trailblazers under 30, Budge IT, Budge IT Active Citizen Award for Community Service, DigiBank Digital Leadership Award in Nairobi, Future Award for Activism and Advocacy, Future Award in Entrepreneurship, and he is recently listed as the top 50 young Africans to look out for. Wow. Through his social works at Boy Sport Africa, he's led to democratize one of Africa's first boy child transformation movements, engaging over 500,000 boys and 20,000 men across Africa. He is an author of 3 books, and he's an author of 3 books, and his overarching objective in life is to capitalize the fortune of Africa with his voice and the enabling power of technology. All right, so that was that was a very long one. So, Mr. In short, Mr. Solomon Ayodele is the head of product and technology innovation in World Bank Nigeria. So let's give it a few seconds, and he's going to be with us right now. So, but I don't know. Just going to give him some few minutes. He's going to be here with us. The next 2-3 minutes, he's going to be there with us. But just before then, he's going to be taking us on shaping the culture. Shaping the culture. So, shaping the culture. So I want to sit down, sit tight, listen, and learn. It's not just someone that I can just see across the street. It's someone that we don't take for granted. All right. So sit down and you learn very much from him. He has all the experience that you need. He has everything. I think some of us use World Bank and we know how good they have been. So let's give it some few minutes, and he's going to be here with us. Okay, so before he comes up, I want us to use the comment section. Use the comment section. Tell us what you have learned so far in this conference. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what so far you have learned. Let's see. Just energize the comment section and as wait for him to join us. So, but before then, let me talk about the phase two of this program before he joins us. So, the phase two of this program is going to be like every speaker has always emphasized: you should learn, you should you should learn. Because 2026 is going to be it's going to be a very good year. It's going to be a perfect year. A lot of things going to happen in 2026, and tax is going to be something very massive next year. Like we're gonna pay tax next year. So we'll put our business owners, so advice you get your CAC registration, register your business. Like Dr. Chin also said, open a business account. Right? Even if you are doing a small business, open a business account. It's going to help you. It's going to help you a lot, a whole lot. From next year taxation, I think for individuals that are earning up to 800,000, yes, that's where the government will tax them from. So if you're earning for 800,000, 800k above, you want to be taxed. But for businesses and business accounts, I think it's 120 million. So as a student, if you open a business account, the rate of business with CAC, I think it costs about 30 to 50,000. Instead of CAC, and then open a business account is going to help you. Even when you want to do transactions that are above 800,000, you can use the business account and do it. So, and then it shows authenticity, right? So imagine that someone is buying from you, and then as little as even perfume, as little as even pastries like buns, and then the person you send your account number, and then the person's trying to make transfer to you, and you see your business name there. You see your business name right there. Trust me, it shows that you know what you are doing as a business person. Like they will take you serious. All right, they will take you very, very serious. And as a business person, one thing that you need is brand. Brand yourself very well. Brand yourself, both be it physical and online brand. If you're learning skill, brand yourself very, very well. Next year is going to be a great year. Even if you are doing perfume, brand your perfume. Like let it show authenticity, let it show originality from you. Brand yourself very well, and then let's plan for next year. Plan for yourself for next year. I don't know the plan that you have, but me, I'm setting up plans for myself. So, but plan next for yourself next year very well, and you're going to enjoy how the year will go. So the goal is to make every year better than the other. Even though obviously many of us had, or some of us must have had a very good year this year. There are some that are bored this year, some that enjoy this year, right? So, but at the same time, the goal is to make every year better than the other. Make every year better than the other, right? So, if you are planning the same way you plan this year, the same way they plan this year, you want to also plan for next year and expect a different result. This is what's happening, right? A popular quote says, "It's only a fool that does the same thing the same way yes, and then expect a different result. All right, so trust me, if you treat yourself the way you said last year, you not get a different result, right? If last year you are dulling in and banning yourself online on social media, this year, sorry, next year, don't take it, don't take it lightly, don't take it as a joke. All right, next so next year you should have things like the creators economy, like right, where your value might not depend on the skill that you have, actually might depend on the value that you have in yourself. All right, so take yourself serious. And I think the point session we're going to touch the creators economy. We're going to touch that aspect of the creators economy. I think that's where content creators fall under. I think that way they fall under. That's why they are making money for content creation, not just anyhow. So that's the ambition, that's the goal. All right, so I think let's give a bit of time for Mr. Solomon Ayodele to join us. Let me reach out to him. Just a few minutes and we'll be back. Okay, all right. That was a hell of a long break, and I think we have a little bit of technical issue, and he will join us very soon. Join us very soon, all right? So, but before then, I think let's take a section before his. Let's take the panelist section first before his own. So we um have some great men in our midst. They're going to take us to quite good panel section for this night. So let's get into it. Okay, let me introduce them to us. So we have Mr. Mascot, Mr. Mascot Obasi with us live in the studio. And we have Mr. Fai Cherobia with us. Then we have Mr. Kelechi with us. Okay, so Mr. Mascot is an operation and development professional with experience farming, supply chain management, customer service operations, business development, cost engineering, project management, and youth leadership. He has worked across FMCG and oil and gas environments, leading initiatives that improve operational efficiency and enhance customer experience and strengthen business performance. Mr. Mascot currently serves as project control and cost engineer at NNPC Exploration and Production Limited, where he supports technical operation and is building core expertise in oil and gas sector. He, he previously held roles in supply chain operation at Procter and Gamble and customer service management, driving improvement in planning accuracy, inventory optimization, and end-to-end service delivery. He's also passionate about capacity building and community development through platforms such as Deep Africa and Nactus Nigeria, the World Economic Forum Global, Shapers, Shape, Shapers, and his work with Abeg Teach Me. Mascot has coached and mentored young people across Africa, helping young helping them build ethical leadership, professional clarity, and business capability. So Mascot holds a Bachelor in Engineering in Electrical and Electronics Engineering and is committed to using data-driven problem-solving collaboration and operational excellence to drive impact in organization and community. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Mascot. All right. So, we have second person with us, Mr. Kelvin. Mr. Kelvin, oh, God help me. So, Mr. Kelvin is here with us, and Mr. Kelvin is a product designer focused on crafting intuitive data-informed digital experiences. He helps startups and mission-driven teams transform complexity into clarity, ensuring that products are both meaningful and user-centric. By combining innovative design strategy, user research, and visual storytelling, he creates solutions that are functional, impactful, and seamlessly aligned with business goals and users' needs. He has designed for multiple startups across sectors as fintech, energy and health, as well as emerging technology industries. His contribution includes smart metering system, distributed energy dashboard, and modular utility management platform. His work emphasizes clarity, system thinking, and the ability to translate complex workflow into accessible, high professional interfaces. Beyond product designing, Mr. Kelechi is deeply committed to developing the next generation of designers. He has mentored over 100 individuals, helping them build clarity, confidence, and craft as they grow into their product designing career. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Kelvin. And all right, we have our last panelist for today. It's someone that I respect so much, someone that I love so much. So he is Mr. Efai, and he's a technical product manager, and he is also a technical business analyst, building and scaling innovative tech solutions in fintech and finance service. The solution-driven business is a solution-driven business analyst, product manager, and certified Scrum Master, highly effective in prompting and optimizing business and operational process by developing strong analytics abilities, and other critical skills such as requirements, escalation, technical support, stakeholder relationship management, and analyst reports. He successfully drove an initiative on the Worst improvements of over 50 existing processes on the business process application. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Efai with us. So, all right, thank you. I don't know, Mr. Mascot, are you hearing me? Mr. Efai, are you hearing me?
Yes, Kingsley.
I
Can hear you loud and clear.
can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. Thanks. Sorry for the short notice. This my session was supposed to start after the section with Mr. Solomon, but thank you for being with us, and let's get straight into it. So, everyone, if you have any question, try to find this session is going to be a discussion section between us. So I'm going to ask some few questions to them, and they're going to answer, and we're going to learn from what the answers are. So feel free, if you have any question alongside with us, comment it on the comment section, and the questions are going to be answered. I'm going to ask it up to them, and they're going to answer us with, I don't want to give us a very good answer to it. So okay, let's start with you, Mr. Mascot. All right, so I want to know, in our generation today, trends are up and down. Trends are something um that is constant. You are seeing at every time and day, every moment. Trends are showing up every time. So I want to know, as a creative, are we meant to hop on trends, join trends that are going on, like, or are we just meant to do what we know how to do best?
Hi, Kingsley. Thank you for having me on the call. Hello, everyone. Good day. It's good to meet or virtually meet every one of you and contribute to this conversation. Regarding the question, I think it's the short answer is no, and the long answer is something I would say in detail, right? Firstly, when you are a content or when you are in the creative economy, what is most important is the value you are offering. So that is where your focus should be. You should focus on creating value. And as you create value through what you do, whatever it is, whether you are in the educational space, creating videos that explain things to people in a manner that is understandable, or whether you are a dancer creating content um, for creating content, dancing to music videos, showing people dance steps, or whether you are a chef, regardless of what sector you focus on as a as someone in the creative economy, if you are a graphics designer, you are a software developer, what is important is the value you offer. And as you continue to hone your skills, as you continue to offer that value and get better at what you do, you see that you continue to command more premium. You have people more interested in what you do. You have people willing to pay you more for what you do. So that is what you should focus on. However, we live in a world where um the attention span of people is quite short. And as someone who is doing something, you need to get your business, your work, your you need to get your ideas out there. And sometimes hopping on trends can be a way to do that. But what is important is that you don't lose sight on the basics. You don't lose sight on what is important, which is creating value. You can hop on trends as a way to showcase the value you are creating, not just for the sake of trends. So that is my response to that question.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So we should hop on trends for creative values, not just because other people are on it. Okay, Mr. Mr. Kelechi, over to you, the same question. So as creative, do you think that we should hop on trends or we should do you think we should hop on trends or we should just do what we know how to do best? That's all. Sorry, Mr. Kelechi, can you hear me? Mr. Kelechi, can you hear me? I don't know, we are not hearing you from this end. Mr. Kelechi, can you hear me? I don't know, we are not hearing you from this end. Mr. Kelechi, can you hear me? Okay, so before that, okay, Mr. Fai, also over to you. Let me ask the same question. So as creative, do you feel that we should join in trends, right? Or we should just do what
Can
we
you
know
hear
how to
me?
do best? Okay. Yes, Mr. Grace, I can hear
I
you now.
faced it. Can you? Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I've been trying to talk. Yeah. So, like Mr. Mascot said, yeah. So, um, you know, I, I think he said no, and I think I have not contradictions, but then, you have to do what works for you as creative, but then you also need to um, you don't want to be left out from what people are doing. Okay, for example, using Nokia or analogy. So when Android came in newly, Nokia went into. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes, sir.
Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear
So
you.
when Nokia came in, when Android was the main thing, yeah, when Android was the main thing, I think Nokia went into Windows. So for them, Windows was something a bit difficult to use if you actually know the Windows phone. Windows was difficult to use, and so it made Nokia lost out of the market. The reason Nokia was a leading um, phone producers it's, actually then they were just normal the Java phone. They were actually leading in the Java industry. Android, their smartphone now. They went into Windows, which wasn't the what people it was a bit difficult for people to use. What Now also the same thing happened to BlackBerry as well. So if you don't flow with the trend, yes, originality is there, but then the trend also works. So as a designer, let's say when glassmorphism, which iPhone 17 just launched. I mean, not just launched. They went back to it. I mean, that's this glass effect. But glassmorphism is not a current design trend. Glassmorphism has reigned as a design trend for as long as early 2000, right? But then Apple had to go back to this their new design, this iPhone 17 design. I mean, when they did sorry, not iPhone 17, when they did this latest updates for those year, and they went back to glassmorphism again, right? So now, if you are in the design industry, you see that glassmorphism has now become another trend. Another trend. It has, yeah. Now it used to be there, but then Apple just suddenly jumped on it again, and they have to. People had to now go back to it again. So the trends are there, For example, trains are not just to be copied, but then most times they solve issues. Now, for example, people used to the unlocking button used to be on the top of the phone before. I mean, if you actually use the Nokia like 310 or even other Nokia, suddenly it moved to the side button. Now, some of these things are for usability, right? Some of these trains are usability. They actually solve the usability problem. Suddenly, it went to the back of the phone. Now, some phones actually have a fingerprint or a finger sensor on top of the screen, on top of the screens. Now, these are trains, and these trains actually solve usability problem. They solve user beyond being a normal train. They actually solve usability problem. So my actual answer is yes. It's good to jump on trains and also maintain originality, right? They both of them. You can actually marry both of them. Maintain originality and also jump on things, because currently you can't say because you want to maintain originality, you don't want to move to automatic, or you don't want to move to a smart. I mean, I'm not talking automatic. I'm talking about the car industry. Now, a whole lot of car industries using Macy's as an example. You see how the fashion their usability, um, I mean, in terms of interiors now, to help guide people on what is which and what they should do, right? Whether it's pushing the car back, whether it's turning the radio. So all those trains are there, moving from the old cassettes to the CDs. The trains are there to follow, because it's where, I mean, the train now is AI, but you can't say because the trains is AI, I want to do my thing and I don't have to move to AI. So if you don't, you'll be left behind. I mean, you'll be left obsolete. I mean, I think that's my thoughts.
Okay, so I think we can group this into, let's say, positive trends, right, and negative trends. I don't know that if I'm correct, but from the both answers I've gotten, I feel where Mr. Mascot was coming from is trends are negative. Or as a creative, you should, as a kingdom creative, right, you should maintain originality of yourself, know your own know your own values, your own standard. But at the same time, the industrial trends are something that you should, as someone that is keeping up to his skill. Yes, I think yeah, something like using AI is part of it. So I think that you should also keep up to, alright? So I really appreciate you both for your answer. Okay, so I have another question for us. This second question is, what can we say about the creators economy, which is rapidly evolving, and how can us as Kingdom Creative, how can we also key into the creators economy? I don't know, Mr. Ifeanyi, are you with us?
All right. Hi, Kingsley. I'm just confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Thank you. I hear you, sir.
All right. I mean, the very first thing I want to say, right? I need us to think beyond content, right? Well, when we talk about creator, right, or creating, um, or even creatives, let's look beyond making videos, making pictures, and all that, right? Um, to actually building, to create is to build something that has not existed before, right? To set up something that has not existed before. So if we have that conversation from that angle, um we I mean
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. Stefan, we can't hear you right now.
can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, we can hear you now. Yes, sir. Right on.
All right. So I was saying, so it goes beyond making content, right? To building. So I just want to look at it in terms of building, right? As a product manager, you're constantly building solutions, right? You are building. So you can't just look at creative creators from the landscape of just content. You're going to look at it like, so if you're an analyst and you're making dashboards, you're making reports, you're building, you're creating something. Do you understand? So let's look at it from that lens. And for me, um, it goes beyond building.
I think you are off again. Let's go up. Network is not
Oh,
very well. Okay, you are in now, sir.
sorry, I'm not. All right. So I was talking about a guy who built a solution for transcribing. So while the pastor is preaching, right, in real time, the solution uses AI to display the Bible verse, right? It's first of all, it's a pain point because I don't know if you've been to church, you hear stuff like media team help my life and all that, right? And
Yeah,
he uses AI to build this solution that in real time, as the pastor is talking about a story, he doesn't need to even quote it. As long as it's about anything in the Bible, it automatically picks it and uses AI and then displays it on the screen, right? Um, so that's creativity there.
okay, I think you are off again. Oh,
Let me just
network.
try to change my network.
Okay, thank you. That was a very good answer. I think it gave us another angle of looking at creativity and the creator space is beyond just content creation, right? Once you're building a solution, I think I came across that that platform he was talking about. It was a guy that he built an AI that what he does is when you're projecting in church, I don't know for those of us that have been in that thing, it's quite tough as the person is preaching and is quoting Bible verse and then you're picking up and then putting and displaying and everything. Sometimes once you are slow, the person will be like, show us the screen and everything. So but what the AI does is as the person is preaching is taking notes. Once the pastor talks about the Bible verse, picks it up and then displays at the screen. The exact Bible verse, put it on tape. So as creatives, right, we should create it's just beyond so the come to the creators economy means that we should create things that going to help us. If you can create even a software that can easily take attendance even in the church, it's part of the creators economy, right? So as creative we should also put our put our space, put our time into it, into creators economy and create, not just consume what have already been created. Also think of things and also try to create more. Okay, let me throw the same questions to Mr. Mascot. I think he can give us another good answer onto that. I don't know how you can hear me correctly.
Hi, Kingsley. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Please, can you repeat the question so that it's fresh in my mind?
Okay, so the question is, what can you say about the creators economy, which is rapidly evolving, and how can us as Kingdom Creative also be part of this creators economy?
Okay. So, as the previous speaker elaborated, he was able to expand the the box for us so we can see that being a creator is beyond content, is beyond being is beyond what you see on YouTube or other social media platform. Essentially, it's beyond social media, right? And it's it can be in any industry, in any space you find yourself where you are tasked with creating a solution to a problem. So, as kingdom creatives, um, we should leverage our position in wherever we find ourselves to be solution providers. That is how we can tap into this rapidly expand um, creative economy, because in a world today where you don't just get paid because you went to the university to study or because you have a degree, you are being paid because of the value you are able to offer, right? The problems you are able to solve. If you're able to solve important problems, you would be able to get decent remuneration, or you even be paid something that is commensurate with the problem you're solving. So, how do you then solve these problems? You need to immerse yourself, understand what is required, build yourself, gain skills, and tap into the things that are already available to now create what is not even available. Someone once said that what you know is only the foundation for what you can know. So essentially, if you bring that into what we are discussing now, what already exists is the foundation of what can be. So, as people who are, as kingdom creatives, we should understand the terrain we find ourselves, try to learn what currently exists, and then see how we can come in and bring unique solutions to problems, and then leverage the creator economy to better ourselves, to also um, to benefit from it.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the wonderful answer. I think we all are learning something from this. So we should leverage on the creative economy to create something that will be better for. I feel somebody provided an application that that has both English, Igbo, Yoruba Bible is actually a creator's economy stuff, because it's not something that was there before, but making things easier for people. You can learn Yoruba Bible, learn even broken pidgin and everything is also part of the creator's economy. So thank you very much, sir,
Exactly.
for that answer.
Exactly. So the Bible has always been there, at least for the last 1,500 years, right? But somebody took that Bible and decided, let me create an app that has different languages, different Nigerian languages, so that people who really understand their local dialects can also read the Bible, and that way we bring those people to Christ as well, right? So Bible is not new, but then converting it into different languages in the form of an app using AI or whatever platform is what is new. So essentially, as kingdom creatives, we should take what already exists, and then from there, with the skill sets we've been able to build, we build solutions and keep offering value. That is how we can leverage the creator economy.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the answer. I feel it goes beyond just the church, it goes beyond just Bible. It was someone that stood up and then was able to develop a decentralized wallet where you can save your money without stress, right? You can save your millions, said. So all these are part of the creator economy. And what I'm trying to say is, as a creative yourself, don't not be limited to what is available. Right? Don't not be limited to what is available. Try as much as things will always come up. AI is evolving. People are doing things. We should also join to create something like this. Okay, so I have another question. So let me start with Mr. Kelechi. Okay, so in our current world today, content they spread faster, like it spreads faster, like wide, even than the truth itself. So I want to know how should us creators, how should we use those digital influence responsibly? Mr. Kelechi, are you here with us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think I would like you to repeat your question. I mean, like, come again, because I think I missed out. I mean, there was a
Okay,
glitch
so
there.
the question is in this world where content spreads faster than the truth, how should creators use digital influence responsibly?
Yeah. Yeah. So, we are in it's as if we're in a battle where light and darkness actually is fight. Light and darkness are actually fighting. So, even the mainstream media also suffer that from social media um, guys too. So, but then how do we leverage um, beyond likes and view? So, it's also to create, you know, create alternative systems. So the question, when I talk about creating an alternative system, what do I mean by alternative system? Um, I think it's Love World, that's Christ Embassy. I think they have a social media a social media platform they built for themselves. I mean, they have a social media platform. Love World, I
Yes.
think they have yeah, they have again, they have a school. Apart from a school, I think they have. I don't know. I think they've created an AI. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, they have an AI, AI this thing chatbot for themselves. I mean, they also created. Now, is these are alternative systems. So tomorrow, when say Elon Musk moves mad and say like recently I was just suspended on Twitter for not just knowing what happened. I mean, I had to go through the rules and the X rules and all the rest. Now, say Facebook moves mad and Mark says we're pulling down Christian content on this platform. We don't want Christian content. What are the alternative system? What's the alternative system we have? Right. So by creating alternative systems, I mean, we can actually push our influence. Today, you can actually, I mean, yes, the Love World media or the Love World I don't know their social media listing now. The social you can actually push them out. Yeah, it might not be popular, but then it's still usable. Right? It might not be popular, but then they have it. It's an alternative system. Right? So creating alternative system is one of, I mean, creating alternative system is what I advocate for beyond as to as creative to influence measures beyond likes and, I mean, creating alternative system, creating also things that matter. So it, like we are in a we're in a time and age where it's as if foolishness sells more. I will also tell you, I will always say foolishness sells more, where you can actually, you see people dancing on the front of camera and it actually generates more view. And you see somebody trying to do one reasonable thing and is not even pushing anywhere, right? So beyond that, we should also get content. I mean, we should, how do I want to say now? There is need to master what we do. Now, beyond mastering what we do, there's also need to know how to package it, right? You master what you do, you also need to know how to package it, because that packaging where you sell it out is another thing, right? Um, gone are the days when we say manage my voice, but listen to the lyrics. Uh-huh. So we don't want to listen to the lyrics and also manage. I mean, like the lyrics is powerful, but the voice is not. No, we want to beyond the lyrics. We want to hear now what people are singing now is not lyrics. They are singing beats. They are not even their lyrics. The lyrics are is empty lyrics, but then the beats are there. So I think we can just harness the we Bible says the children of this world they are wise. I mean, they know how to sell package these things and sell it. So I think I had some family friends visit. There's this song. I can't even remember the songs, but I think the name of the song is Demon. I think it was even my sister-in-law that called my attention to it. I called her attention to it. So it was this, and I think it was on the YouTube reels, and the song came up, and it was uh, so music is how do I say slippery. I mean, like music doesn't need that. Music can actually penetrate. And suddenly, I mean, the song was as if it's just a Christian music. So she was like, are you actually hearing what they're saying? I'm like, no, I can't even hear. I mean, like this is the title. She now told me the title of the song is Demon. I can bet you don't even know that it's Demon. You don't even know that it's not. It looks so Christian. It looks so Christian that if you don't even know, you can vibe with it. Means it can actually vibe with it. So the packaging is what we know, what we need to excel in this time, and creating alternative systems too.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Kenishku, for that answer. I think I learned a whole lot from that. If you also, even as creative, if you also know how to package our own stuff, our own products, so as to make impact. Because I feel one of the things why some of these other stores, why they go viral is because they have a way of effectively packaging it, and it goes, and it becomes inevitable, it becomes let's say irresistible at some point, right? So, but thank you for the answer. I think I learned a whole lot from that. I think we haven't touched most of the questions that we wanted to ask, but still, Mr. Fai, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay, thank you. So I want to ask you this question. So, us creative how can we maintain authenticity even when the pressure to perform for engagement, right, when it keeps increasing? Like, what are the practical ways that you think we can maintain our authenticity in the creative industry?
All right. I mean, I'm laughing at this because I mean there is a trending case on Twitter right now where this very lovely young girl teaches physics, right? Very good motive, right? She's been teaching physics for a while, and it's like nobody's paying attention to physics. I mean, even when we were in school, physics was boring. Now imagine learning it online, and nobody is paying attention. And so the young lady suddenly starts going crazy, making raunchy videos and trying to trend, trying to wear shorts and skimpy stuff, you know. And I mean, actually, that has got to have more views. um, but that's the world we are in today. So how do you remain your authentic self? Because so the truth is, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and we are just walking, and um, a so a song was playing, and then a lot of people gathered to watch people dancing and all that. And then the guy told me, if it's someone preaching, people won't gather like this. I told him something very simple. You need to understand how the world system works, right? Um, um, the spirit of this age um, um, trades on pleasure. The spirit of this age trades on pleasure, right? And the things that are valuable, really, most times or sometimes, are not entertaining, as it were. So, how do you maintain your authentic self when the world gravitates to, um, like my friend just said, people coming online and dancing and making challenges? The first thing you should do as a kingdom creative, I'm trying to resist the temptation to just say creative as power. I'm talking about if you're building anything, if you're building software, if you're creating reports, if you're doing anything, from scratch, that's my definition right now. The first thing you need to do is that you need to take your definition of yourself, from God, because you're saying authentic, authentic, authentic. You know, um, we I've actually lived, at the peak of the woke movement. I don't know if you know about the woke movement, where you're not permitted. In fact, where people there was a time it was trendy that on your bio you have to say you have to put your pronouns she, her, they, them. It's not really so in vogue right now, and that's so they'll tell you bring your authentic self to work. They'll tell you speak your truths, but the authenticity they are talking about is um actually means a version of self that is acceptable to the world. So you have to come to it. So, for instance, I'm sorry, I'm making a lot of stories, but I think that will drive the point further. You have to know who you are. You're a Christian. You're a child of God. You need to Your identity should be rooted in God. Um, Talking about authenticity, right? Thames, I don't know if you know her, right? A popular singer. I think she has a Grammy. I don't know. She was asked what's her zodiac sign, on Twitter, be on this thing, and she said, I'm a Jesus baby. I don't have any zodiac sign. My zodiac sign is love, peace, and joy, something like that. And the internet went crazy. They were complaining. That's what I hate about Christians. That's you know, uh, but that's the authentic self, right? You need to know that you're in a world that has different definitions of authenticity, and to be authentic to them means to rebel against the order of God. So first of all, you need to get your origin, your definitions and your identity of self, from God, you know and you need to know what your assignment. The algorithm doesn't define you. Do you understand? The algorithm doesn't define you. The views and the clicks, they don't define you. What defines you is impact. So that's the first thing for me. I think the next thing is we need to start building from conviction and not building from competition. You need to start pushing things out because as a product manager, you don't just build a product to I mean from my training and experience, you don't just build a product to blow in quotes. You build a product to solve problems, to solve user needs as we call it. And at the end of the day, I mean, most products that blow in quotes, they found their product market fit. What that means for us is very simple. Um, you're not creating.
I think we are off a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, 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 yes.
All right. So your purpose has to be clear. That's how you maintain authenticity. I talked about. You need to so every product, and if you're in product management, you need to have. There's something we call KPIs, right? We call metrics. Even if you're in let's say digital marketing, you also know about about KPIs, right? These are things um these are things that signal success or growth for you, right? You talk about your churn rates, you talk about a whole lot of other things, depending on the customer journey. So as a Christian creator, you need to learn to take your KPIs from God, right? This sounds theoretical, but it's important. You need to learn to as Moses, Moses, he said he built according to pattern. You need to learn to take your matrix. What defines success for you must come from God. What that means is that so even when what you're building is not, widely adopted and it's not popular, it will be easy to be consistent because consistent is the next, way to stay authentic, even if it's not widely adopted. So you need to redefine how you measure success. You need to redefine your KPIs. And I think that's it for me, right? I think finally one note I want to say to is also learn to create like healthy boundaries, right? Growth must not cost you your integrity. I mean, we know the story of a popular one of my favorite creators in Nigeria, and I don't have a lot of favorites. I love what he does. I love his mission, but he took a gig that almost ruined his rep, and lost that trust. You need to create that boundary in terms of what do you talk about. You need to create the boundary in terms of what do you take in, because by maintaining your boundaries, you're also keeping yourself a bit pure, as it were. So I think that's how to remain your authentic self. Be careful what you take in, also see what you give out, no matter the price attached to it. So I think that's my contribution there.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Take a whole lot have been learned. Yeah, creating healthy boundaries, authenticity, proud of what you are creating, proud of your own identity. Alright. At some point, there will pressure of you're not doing what everybody else is doing. You are doing your own in a different way, in a different way that synchronizes to identity. But at those points, right, we should maintain our authenticity and like something in the comment section, you should take your KPI from God. So alright, that's a very wonderful answer from you, Mr. Fai. Thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Okay, so I think we'll have just only one last question before we end this section. I think we'll start with Mr. Mascot. So just talk to us on influence, right? Yes, as creative influence. Just talk to us on influence, both both what we influence and what influences us. So, Mr. Mascot, I don't know that you are with us.
Hi, Kingsley. Yes, I'm with you. So, influence. Can you take the question again so I understand clearly what you are asking?
Okay, what I'm asking is, just speak to us on influence, right? As a creative, as someone that have been in the industry over the years, like how has influence been on you? Both what you influence and what has already had influence on you. So how to manage influence basically.
Hmm. Okay. So, influence is quite interesting because there is a lot of information out there in the world we live in today, both positive and negative. And the environment you find yourself and the information, positive or negative, available in that environment has a way of shaping who you are as a person and the quality of work you output, and every other thing you do. So, as creatives, we should try and lean more towards those things that would help us add more value to others. We should lean more towards things that even add value to us, first of all, and then can help us create more value, right? So, if you look at social media, for instance, the measure of influence is likes, comments, engagements, and that can be very, I mean, those are physical ways of measuring influence, right? Like if you are an influencer, for instance, or if you are a content, if you have a content, if you create content on social media, for instance, your followers, your subscribers, the comments they leave, all those things kind of tie into giving you a level of status or influence on those platforms. However, they are not the only things that count, because if you if your goal is just to have more subscribers, more um, likes, without actually going back to think of how you can create value to get that outcome, if it's just more likes without any clear strategy of delivering value. You just want to do anything and everything that goes without having values yourself that you follow, and without having things that guide your your process. Then it's a dangerous loop, because it's going to be like a drug, and then you get addicted to the high of having new followers, new subscribers, and you just do anything and everything without um you know without doing something that you are something that is creating value, essentially. So influence, one is how you are influenced and how you influence others. So you should try as much as possible, we should try as much as possible as creatives to seek mentorship from people who have done what we have done before in the past, who we can learn from, be it at your workplace, be it in your own space where you are maybe a freelancer or whatever. Seek people who can add value to you, and then you should also seek to add value to others. Seek to add positive value, so that just as you are being influenced positively, you can influence others.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mascot, for the answer. At least if I picked something, it should be that mentorship is also a way of influence. So as you're building as a creative, as a kingdom creative, right? How someone is going to mentor you in what you are doing, how someone that is going to just serve as a great influence on you. To also serve as a part, it will also create, it will also make the journey easier for you as well. So some of the things that want to influence you will in a way go down, because you are getting another influence from someone that will have already been the journey before you. All right, thank you, Mr. Scott, for that answer. I really do appreciate. Okay, so Mr. Kelechi, are you with us? Mm, okay, Mr. Kelechi. Okay, before then, Mr.
Hello.
Fai, are you
Yeah, I didn't get your question again. You were trying to say
okay?
something.
So the question is, speak to us about influence, right? As creative, what you influence and then what influence you. So like speak to us as someone that have been in the industry, someone that have passed through I say so many ups and downs. So what do you think about influence? How do you think we should manage influence in our life? We build when we are building and even when we are done building. So give us your own say about that.
Okay, so I think Mr. Mascot actually pointed on it, and um, Mr. Stefan also said something from his last from the, what's it called, from what he said last, when he's talking about when he talked about the balance thing. So you know, most times we influenced with things we see around, even as creatives, right? So a whole lot of we tend to now enter into competition with people. I mean, like um first of all, we are meant to be the best version of ourselves, right? And we're influenced by things we see. So, like what Mr. Mascot said, I believe he said everything all. Then, from what Mr. Fine said, he talked about striking the balance, right? So, what are you doing, right? And how are you doing it? What influences you? What is the motivation, and how are you going about it? For I want to cite an analogy, but I don't know how to I don't know how to. I want to create an analogy, but I don't know how to fix it into this conversation. But then, if I find a better way, I think I can talk about it. But then, I think Mr. Mascot said it all, and then Mr. Fine pointed it out, and from what he said last.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Kelvin, for that answer. Um, Still based on intensity and mentorship and being strategic. It also helps in our influence, and then it also helps our influence, and then how we're also going to influence people around us. Because something is constant as you keep building, as you keep selling as a kingdom creative. You get to a point where you have to influence your environment, right? You have to influence others. You have to teach others how to do all those things, and then even at this stage, even when you're still building, there are some things that are going to obviously influence you. So it's good that we know how to manage the influences that come around us. It will either make you, it will either make your journey easier, going to either make you become what you want to be, what you mapped out you want to achieve, or you're going to destroy the whole process for you. Alright. So I think mystify that should be last. So also speak to us about, just give us a brief, the final briefing on influence, how what to influence and what influences us as creatives.
All right. So I'll try to wrap everything up, right? So I mean, in systems thinking, right? There's something called, like, so we have the system, and then we have the input, and then we have the outputs, right? So I'll look at it from what would influence you as a creative or as a creator, and then what then how like influence, as a creator. So the first part, I would say, I mean, we've talked about um mentorship and the rest. So understand that creativity is out.
I think network is disturbing a little bit. I don't think we are hearing you, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I think we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, I would say the first thing.
Still not hearing you, sir. Network.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you now.
All right. So I was saying your community, right? So I was talking about community. Um, Community shapes um your standards, right? Community shapes your ambition. It shapes your conviction.
Go help us. Network issue again. This is also issue.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so sorry about network
So,
issue.
so sorry, I'm in a very remote area, right? So it's affecting my network. So I'm saying your community shapes your standard, it shapes your aspirations. So, for instance, in Unilag, I mean, we have I mean, we notice that in final year, some of them once they are done with school, they get admitted in the software engineering graduates, right? I paid attention to that story. You see them posting that they're working with either Meta or Google and all that. And what happens is that they have a strong community of builders in terms of software engineers, right? Who right from school they are targeting opportunities, right? Outside the country, and so your community influences your aspirations. Let me explain to you. If you see someone around you, in your circle who has or who just got a job with Facebook, you will believe that you can work for Facebook, and your bar will just immediately rise. Before, you were targeting to design burial posters, but you see this possibility and it just rises for you. That's influence, right? So please pay attention to your community, right? It determines your direction, right? Right. So I have a couple of younger students I kind of mentor, and some of them, sometimes one of them will tell me, hey, I left so place and I went back home and all that. And then they tell me, my productivity dropped, I stopped doing this. And what I always tell them is go and find a hub in that city. You understand? Go and find a tech hub. Go and find somewhere where you're seeing people around. There is something about, and if there's an environment, that cultivates excellence, so your environment shapes you. And in as much as you can't control the environment you were born in, you can control the environment, you stay, and the environment. So learn to curate your environment. I mean, it's related to the community thing, so that's the input part of things. So if I'm going to talk about um uh,
Okay, let's wait for his network to rejoin. I think we can't hear you at this point. Waiting to hear you.
okay, just let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
uh apologies. I think I don't know, I'm having network issues.
Yes, we can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now.
All right, let me wrap it up now that you can hear me. Please let me just wrap it up, Sha. I mean, let's just know that a product is influenced.
So I feel that this network also should be among the points that we can also stand out to also create a solution for. Yes, it was something that we should also put into our own insight of the creators economy, right? To create something that can seamlessly go live like this, and even without using network, can seamlessly go live and do your teachings. I think if you something that is a good idea that we can do, yeah. I don't know. Someone was able to put out making bank transfer with your app without internet connection. Yes. I think they built it somewhere. Um where you can use a bank app as normal as a bank app can, you can use and do transfer without internet connection. But what it does is that once you come online, go to synchronize everything just but I feel it's also part of where we should look into. So all right, I think our time is fast spent, but let me just give we want to wrap it up now. Let me just give each speaker maybe time to say one or two things before we go to any section. So I don't know, Mr. Mascot, do you have one last thing, any other last thing to tell us about just anything, be it encouragement, be it just anything that do you have anything to tell us to encourage us to push on as creative? I don't know, do you have anything?
Yes, Kingsley, thank you for the opportunity. I would say that the key focus as creatives should be value, 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 value. In whatever thing you're doing, ask yourself, am I a person of value? How can I increase the value I'm offering? Am I offering value? Where can I find value? Value, value, value. When you sleep, it should be value. When you wake up, it should be value. When you are eating, it should be value. Because that is what truly counts. All every other thing is noise. Value is what truly counts. So if you make yourself someone who is skilled enough to offer value, someone who is valuable, you'll be sought after in whatever thing you're doing. And then how you make yourself someone, if you're thinking of value, then you would be thinking of how to train yourself, how to find mentorship, how to join the right communities. All those things all those ideas of how to improve yourself will come when you think of value. So value is, if there's anything that you want to take out of this conversation from me, if nothing else, value.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mascot. As a creative, as someone aspiring to, as a business owner, as an innovator, as a student, be a person of value. All right. People value you based on what you can offer. Don't just live your life just anyhow. Let's see how the day goes. Let's see how future goes. Be a person of value. Let everything you are doing be aligned to positive values at the same time. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mascot. Mr. Kilichi, I don't know. Do you have any last thing to tell us before we call it a wrap?
Okay, my last word is yeah, my last word is solve problem. If you solve problem, you make money. Just find a problem, solve. Once you solve a problem, you make money. That's what.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. That was a very good punchline. Solve problem and you make money. I think that what most of our creators do, all right? Because if you look at every solution, is solving a problem, and in that way, you're making money from it. All right. If you think of Facebook, it's solving a problem of communication. If you think of WhatsApp, same thing. If you think of Uber, solving a problem of transportation, I think if you think towards that aspect of solving a problem, you will be able to develop a product that can generate money from you. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelechi, for that last good punchline. So I don't know, Mr. Ifai, do you have any last thing to tell us so that you can call it a wrap business?
All right. I think I'll just end by saying that
I don't know. We can't actually hear you. I don't know whether you're hearing what I'm saying.
Did you hear anything I said?
No, no. But I can hear you now.
All right.
Go
I
ahead,
just said, I
please.
mean, every creative has two products, right? What you're building and who you're becoming when you're building it, right? I think we should focus. So the impact of what you're building, is dependent on who you're becoming while you're building it. So do not lose sight of your identity in the process of creating, right? Do not lose sight of who God is making you, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Thank
All right, thank you, Mr. Fai. Don't lose focus on who you are becoming, not lose focus on what you are building. And the long run will actually become what God wants you to be. So, all right, thank you very much, Mr. Mascot. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelechi. Thank you very much, Mr. Fai, for this wonderful panelist section. I believe that everybody have learned one or two things. And I know if you have learned something, you should also share with us in the comment section what you have learned. And at the same time, if you have any questions for them, I think this is the best time to ask so that we can attend to the question. But if there is none, I think we can call it a wrap for this section. Okay, I think people are sharing what they learned on the group, on the comment section, and that's quite okay. So I believe there's no other questions for now. So thank you very much, Mr. Mascot. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing with us great insight. Thank you, Mr. Kelechi, for the great mind. Thank you for your valuable contributions. And thank you, Mr. Fai, even though that network understands as a barrier to us. But we must create a solution for that. At least we can have a streaming platform where you can stream even offline. Yes, and then it can synchronize with, I feel you can synchronize with other channels like YouTube, Facebook. Maybe you just think of it, you can something we can do. All right. So thank you, Mr. Fine. Thank you for your wonderful contributions. And thank you very much for this section. Thank you for being part of this program, the Creative Conference 2025. And the good Lord will keep blessing you. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you everyone for staying to this point. Unfortunately for us, Mr. Solomon couldn't join us this night. I don't know. I've reached out to him a couple of times and I don't know what is actually wrong, but I hope we at least we learn something from the few session that we had today, even though it didn't go as we planned. But all glory be to God. Our time is fast spent. This already past our closing time. And I want to thank everyone of people being part of this program from day one to day two. You are the reason why this program is being held and the reason why Creative Conference 2025 is success. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining. The phase two of this program is going to be skill acquisition, like I said earlier on. So some of the things that I'm talking about is going to be making sense to you once we start the skill acquisition. All right. Like yesterday, first section, I think so many of us we are off, yeah, kind of off at that point because there are a lot of technical jargon that I'm talking about. So if you're not a programmer or you're not into the programming industry or if you're not into the tech industry, you may not really understand what they're saying. But I think we pick one or two things from there. So, but this is just telling you that you still have a lot to do if you haven't started. But if you have started, keep building, keep pushing, be a person of value, build yourself. 26 is going to be a great year and it's going to be a marvelous year for every one of us. All right. If you're a business owner, if you're a student, want to venture into business, this is a good time for it. This is a good time for you to learn, this is a good time for you to leverage on what you already have and then build with it. All right. Become a creative doesn't stop at creating content only, like Mr. Fry pointed out. It's not just being a creative now about creating content online. Yes. Building solutions, building solving problems are part of being a creative. All right. So focus on what you're going to become. Like they all pointed out, the community that you keep is a very, very good one. to have a great influence on you. I'm sure of that one. The friends that you keep, the community, people around you, the people you associate with, they have a very great influence on you. Like you might think that it's not just friends, and then small you start debating from what you wanted to do also. All right. So that's why we have built a community. We are creating this community for all of us. The group where we all are registered are into serve as a community for all of us to interact with each other, build with each other. As we're going to start the second phase of this program, because it's going to be a very good stage for us. We're going to both learn, both build by ourselves, keep ourselves intact, and then become a person of value in the future, to the future. Yes, because tomorrow is here and tomorrow is the future, right? So thank you very much for joining in this program. Thank you for making this year's conference a success, and we plan and pray that the next one will be much more better than this. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the encouragement. All right. So we'll call it a wrap. The creative conference 25 a wrap, and then so we pray that God will be with you and the Lord will bless you and keep upholding you, and His face shall shine upon you, and His will shall be upon you. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is Sunday. Please don't forget to go to church tomorrow. Peace. Thank you.